major cocked a mild blue eye at her. Cocked माने एठी बोधे threw से रखिले a mild blue eye at her. Harold anywhere about? He has gone out for a nice walk. Okay, he has gone out for a nice walk. এটা কি Harold anywhere about মানে Harold কোড ଅଛି ବୋଲି ପଚରା ଅଛି এটা କିଏ ବି ଆସିଛି କି Martha the general patrolled along the passage and then there came the sound of voices speaking in an undertone. Footsteps made themselves heard in the passage. Door opened. ହେଲା अरे footsteps ଶୁଣିକିରି ये खोलिले the door opened. The head and shoulders of the Major Percy Stokes insinuated themselves into the room. Okay, माने insinuated, suggested something bad indirectly. The head and shoulders of Major Percy Stokes. Okay. अच्छा मेजर कब माने मेजर को देखिकिरी से भाबिले मेजर जानिकी जे से कोन तार चाली जन देखिकी जानले दी हेड एंड शोल्डर्स ऑफ मेजर पर्सी स्टोक्स insinuated themselves into the room. Something bad तांको suggest कला Major cocked a mild blue eye at her. Okay. Harold anywhere about? तो पचारले Harold कोट अच्छी बोली से पचारले he has answer कौन आला he has gone out for a nice walk. Whatever brings you here, Percy, so late? ତେଣୁ ତୁମେ ଏଠି କଣ ପାଇଁ ଆସିଛ ଏତେ ଡେରି Percy made no answer. He Major Percy he withdrew his head. अच्छा he then reappeared. ହେଲା reappear କିଏ he then reappeared. He then reappeared, this time in the entirety, and remained holding the door open. Percy made no answer. He withdrew his head. Hello? Acha. He then reappeared. Pune asla. This time in his entirety. Pura asla. बुझिपारल पूरा आसला माने भितरु पूरा आसला हला आगुरु खाली जस्ट इन मुंडटा भितरु पुरेतला and remain holding the door open हला डोर टा धरकी छेडाला more footsteps in the passage आहुरी आसले लोक and through the doorway in a sideways fashion suggestive of a different crab. Different crab. Okay. Diffident माने lacking confident in one's own ability. हला माने ता जिंदे ता ability ऊपर confidence नहीं है more footsteps in the passage and through the doorway in a sideways fashion a different cab came a short sturdy red-headed man से गोटे आसला आ गोटे लोकटे with a broken nose and a okay propitiatory smile propitiatory माने appeasing माने हस हस मुहरे आसला at the sight of whom Mrs. Bramble dropping her sock rose as if propelled by powerful machinery and exclaimed Bill ये कहला बोली Bill बोली red-headed man with a broken nose and propitiatory smile at the sight of whom Mrs. Bramble dropping her sock rose as if propelled by powerful machinery ये छिड़ा गले पूरा and exclaimed एठू आश्चर्य कहले कौन कहले बिल मिस्टर ब्राम्बल or it was he okay scratched his head बुझला grinned feebly and looked for a assistance to the major ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ ମେଜର ଜଣେ ଆସିଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଅଛି ଆସିଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି ମେଜର ତାକୁ ସେ ଖୋଜିଲେ ହେଲା ଫିବଲି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ହସିକିରି ଫିବଲି ମାନେ ସ୍ଲୋଲି scratched his head in ମୁଣ୍ଡଟା କୁଣ୍ଡେଇଲେ ହେଲା Mr. Bramble for it was he the scales have fallen from his eyes scales have fallen from his eyes what scales demanded Mr. Bramble sorry what scales demanded Mrs. Bramble a literal minded woman ता कहला कौन स्केल से ता आईरू झड़िलानी बोली डिमांडेड मिसेस ब्राम्बल कहले कौन स्केल्स हला हला and what are you doing here Bill when you ought to be at the White Hart training तो White Hart कोड जगह रहा कथा सिटी and she कहले and what are you doing here when you ought to be at the White Hart training कौन training बोले से नौचे आओ तापरे just that is just what I am telling you said Percy कहला ମୁଁ ସେ କଥା କହୁଛି I have been wrestling with Bill ସାଙ୍ଗରେ wrestle କରୁଥିଲା ସେ and I have been vouchsafed the victory ମାନେ guaranteed okay I have been wrestling with Bill and I have been vouchsafed the victory okay You said Mrs. Bramble with uncomplimentary astonishment ହେଲା ତାଙ୍କ ସେ ଆଶ୍ଚର୍ଯ୍ୟରେ ଅନେଇଲେ letting her gaze wander over her brother's weedy form weedy ମାନେ weak form ତା ଦେହକୁ ଦେଖିକି କହିଲେ ତୁ ଲାଗିବୁ ତାପରେ Jerry Fisher's a hard knot Jerry Fisher's a hard knot said Mr. Bramble apologetically okay कौन कहले Jerry Fisher's a hard knot कहले Jerry Fisher is a hard knot said Mr. Bramble apologetically Mr. Bramble कहूँ Jerry Fisher is a hard knot He don't like people coming around talking to a man he is training unless he introduces them or their newspaper gents माने press वाला. So he don't like people coming around ଆସିବେ talking to a man he is training unless he introduces them or their newspaper gents. ये करो पूरा Jerry Fisher is a hard nut, said Mr. Bramble apologetically. से कहले ଟିକେ क्षमा मागिरे He don't like people coming round talking to a man he is training. ହେଲା He don't like people. ହେଲା ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି Jerry Fisher is a hard nut. ଆଉ Jerry Fisher don't like people coming round talking to a man he is wrestling. ଏଣୁ ସେ ଯାହା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ wrestle କରୁଛି ତା ସାଙ୍ଗେ କି ଗପୁ ସେ ଚାହେଁନି unless he introduces them or their newspaper gents. ତେଣୁ ସେ ତ introduce କରିନି ନା ତେଣୁ ସେ ଆଚ୍ଛା After that I kept away. ମୁଁ ପଳେଇଲି But I wrote the letters and I sent the tracts. After that I kept away. But I wrote the letters and I sent the tracts. Okay. Bill, which of the tracts was it that snatched you from the promised path? Primrose path. Primrose path means pursuit of pleasure. Bill, which of the tracts was it that snatched you from the primrose path? Primrose path ru तुमको कोड़ा that snatched. छड़े आंची. It wasn't so much the letters piece purse. It was not so much the letters. ऐसे कुछ letters no. It was what you wrote about Harold. Harold विषय जोड़ा लिखतिलो. Letter फेटर संगर किस संपर्क नहीं. है ना? Primrose path. You see Jane. Perhaps you will kindly allow me to get a word in edgeways. Perhaps you will kindly allow me to get a word in edgeways. You too. Acha. Said Mrs. Bramble, her temper for once becoming ruffled. Acha. You can stop talking for half an instant. किसी समय पर तमें चुपचाप रहो Percy. If you know how, while Bill tells me what he is doing here when he ought to be at the White Hat with Mr. Fisher doing his bit of training. You can stop talking for a half an instant, Percy, if you know how. While Bill tells me what he is doing here when he ought to be at the White Hat with Mr. Fisher doing his bit of training. Mr. Bramble met her eye and blinked awkwardly. Mr. Bramble. ताकू देखिले. So it is you can stop. Perhaps you will kindly allow me to get a word in edgeways. You too, said Mrs. Bramble. Mrs. Bramble कहला, जो मुँह कहिबी किछि, her temper for once becoming ruffled. You can, से पुणी कहूची, you can stop talking for a half an instant. किस समय चुप रहो, Percy. If you don't, if you know how, while Bills tell me what he is doing here when he ought to be at the White Hat with Mr. Fisher doing his bit of training. ସେଠି ରହିବା କଥା training ଜାଗାରେ. Mr. Bumble made her eye and blinked awkwardly. ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ଲାଗିଲାନି awkward ମାନେ ଭଲ ନ ଲାଗେ. Percy has just been telling you, Jane wrote. I haven't made a head or tail of a single word that Percy has said. ମୁଁ କିଛି ବୁଝିପାରିଲିନି. And I don't expect to. Okay. All I want is a plain answer to a plain question. What are you doing here, Bill, instead of being at the White Hat? ତାକୁ ପୁଣି ପଚାରୁଛି ବିଲ୍ କୁ ହ୍ୱାଇଟ୍ ହାଟ୍ ରେ ରହିବା କଥା. I have come home, Jane. ସେ କହିଲା ଜେନ୍ କୁ କହିଲା ମୁଁ ଘରକୁ ଆସିଛି. Glory explained the major. Okay. Major ଏଠି କହିଲା ଓହୋ ତମେ ଗ୍ଲୋରି ପାଇଗଲ ବୋଧେ ଭିକ୍ଟ୍ରି ହେଇଗଲା. ପର୍ସି ମେଜର କୁ ସେ କହୁଛି କିଏ ଏ ଲୋକ Percy, if you don't keep quiet, I'll forget I'm your sister and let you have one. Achha. What do you mean, Bill? Okay, you have come home. Isn't there going to be the fight next week after all? Percy, if you don't keep quiet, I'll forget I am your sister. And let you have one. Let you have one. Man to pai ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଖୋଜି ଦେବି. What do you mean, Bill? You have come home. ତୁ କଣ ଘରକୁ ଆସିଛୁ କି? Isn't there going to be the fight next week after all? ପୁଣି ତ next week ରେ ହବ ନା fight. The fight is over, said the unsuppressed major. Okay. And the fight is over, said the unsuppressed major. Major pouch joyfully. And Bill has won. Bill. With me seconding him. It was the more seconding. Fight is over, said the unsuppressed major. And Bill has won with me seconding him. ହେଲା ମୁଁ ତା ପଛରେ ଅଛ. ପର୍ସି ଡାକିଲା. ପର୍ସି କିଏ କହିଲା? ଏଇଟା କିଏ କହୁଥିଲା? The fight is over, said unsuppressed major. Major କହୁଥିଲା ଏଇଟା. Fight is over. The Bill has won with me. Okay. Seconding him. ମୁଁ ରହିଲି. Isn't there going to be the fight next week after all? The fight is over, said the unsuppressed major joyfully. And Bill has won with me seconding him. Percy, Mr. Bumble pulled himself together with a visible effort. I'm not going to fight Jane, he said in a small voice. Ki कहला था Mr. Bumble? You are not going. He has seen the error of his ways, cried Percy. Okay. The resilient. That is what you You are sorry. That is what he has gone and done. And अच्छा and the at the 11th hour. कौन कहला? He has seen the error of his way.